Hanging out with Ray Rock. Hanging out with Ray Rock. I'm a hype man. Oh, I'm a hype man. Gotta love those Doorzines. Thank you for that song.
Welcome, everybody. By popular demand, we have another gambling episode for you. Look at the beautiful table. I want to thank the staff and everybody involved with hooking us up. Like those sunglasses, son. They're very Elton John. I'm still standing.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
How we doing?
Again, let's start it off with a drink. Son, cheers.
Grab your drinks. Cheers.
Let's get it.
Is that supposed to be me?
You or your alter ego
You
a couple of weeks ago.
You gotta do. You gotta look at the camera and just say, "Let's get it."
Yeah, let's get it. Yeah,
let's get it. There you go. It's better. I'm excited. We got another
gambling episode.
Another gambling part 2.
People really enjoyed it, and hopefully we gave somebody some tips on gambling, and we're going to give you some more tips on gambling. So let's get right to it. What'd you do over the weekend, son? You had a good weekend?
Went out Saturday night. Friday night was a disaster because the heat's been crazy.
Really
lately.
tough.
Really tough. So Friday night, slept in, got my beauty sleep. When you're a star, you need to get your sleep in. So for me, I need to get one night of good sleep. Star. Our stars are brewing, right? So, but Saturday night, went to the city. I can't go wrong with going out with a couple of buddies in the city. Just having fun, doing my pretty boy summer, like I talked about in previous episodes, having fun, and and that's really it. How about you? Nothing really that crazy.
Really? Yeah, it was a quiet weekend for me and your mom, and
that's surprising.
Really do much.
I'm surprised because you guys.
You may see some clips of us doing some fun things, but for the most part, it was pretty quiet.
I'm pretty surprised. You guys usually do something.
Pretty wild.
You're pretty wild in your 50s, huh?
Yeah. So, want to thank everybody for subscribing again. 100 subscribers on YouTube. We're halfway there, almost.
We're almost at 50.
Once we get to 100, you're going to have we're going to do something special.
Maybe we're
not sure what we're doing.
Why don't we do this? Maybe I should suggest something. Maybe when we get to our first milestone, the 50, we'll give a little prize for the 50th.
We could do that.
50th.
Close. 50's close.
50th is a milestone in my opinion.
And 1,000 Instagram followers. We need everybody.
So and
tell your friends, tell your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, your moms, your dads, everybody.
And then let me make another suggestion to 600.
Well, what are we at now? Do you know?
Instagram? 5 something.
5 something. So maybe when we get to 600, we'll do something.
No, actually, no. Let me. I want to.
We'll take a look later on.
Whatever. But we're gonna
do something nice very soon.
We'll do something.
Got the mailbag going on before we get into some gambling stories. It's the mailbag.
I was figuring.
I mean, that's your thing.
I mean, why don't you sing?
I did it horrible.
I think people liked you singing it than me. But
ready?
But you know what? You can't go wrong with a classic. It's the mailbag.
Yeah.
Can we get like mailbag? Like when I put my hands up here, can we get like mailbag up here or something? Because you've been doing great, but can we do something with that? You gave me a thumbs up. We got a thumbs up.
Joseph gave you a thumbs up, and you know where we're recording from.
Do I? Or we're in the new studio?
No.
We're not no old studio. Old new studio. We're at ready?
1, 2, 3.
Sanzaro Studios.
That's right. The best around. So let's start with some mail. And got a question for the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
From Fozzie.
Fonzie?
No, Fozzie. F-A-Z-I.
I was going to say, Fonzie?
Like Fozzie Bear.
Waka waka.
I was going to say, Fonzie himself?
Hey!
Fozzie wants to know, besides the Mets, the Knicks, and the Jets, what other, if any, teams do we root for? Are there any other, like when I was growing up, I always liked the San Francisco 49ers because of Joe Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a secondary team you kind of pull for, or you just strictly...
no.
If your team's out of it.
No.
Like if the Jets, and they're not we're gonna do really good this year.
Yeah.
But the Jets are out of it. Is there another team you?
No, I'm a diehard. I'm a diehard Jets, Mets, Knicks. Hockey, we're not really diehards, but you know, I to answer the question, no, I'm very loyal to my team. I'm a suffering fan, and I'll continue to be a suffering fan to the day I die because I love my teams. And when we do win the chip, it's going to be sweet victory.
And it's sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Yeah. And it's ours for the taking.
Special.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fozzie,
Waka waka.
for that question.
Fonzie.
Hey.
Sounds like Fonzie, but whatever.
This question is from a Kathy for Ray Rock.
Okay.
And Kathy wants to know, can you give her any tips on how to get on a reality TV show?
Ha ha ha.
I guess that's his
It's my evil laugh.
evil laugh. It's listen, that itself could be I could talk a whole episode about it, but get to the point. If you want to really go the reality TV route, there's a couple things you should know. I have 3 points. 3 tips.
3 tips. Here's my 3 tips, 3 points here or next to me here. Tip number 1, don't lose your day job. The chances of you making it big time are very slim to none. The only people that actually made it on big time TV their first season was, ready? Jersey Shore, right? The Real Housewives of New Jersey, right? And then if I'm going to have to pick a third one that was very successful, The Challenge. Those contestants, 1 season and they can leave their day jobs.
Far.
My tip number 2, if you really want to do it, be yourself.
Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself.
You want to be your authentic self and make sure that you're never lying, you tell the truth. And when you're going through the process, make sure that everything's out on the table. The third tip I'll leave you with is your own for many months and many years. Contract, make sure you have someone take a look at it. And not only that, too, have fun with the process if you're trying to do that. Because I had fun. Shit. So,
Very good.
fun.
Thank you, Kathy, for your question. We appreciate it. Got some questions here written down from one of Mom's friends from the Mount Vernon office. Let's hear it from Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon in the house.
Woo.
Mom's friend Kamika has wrote us down a few questions.
Can we show the... Can we show...
They're legit
show
questions.
the
legit questions. And there's 3 of them here. I believe there's 2 for me and 1 for you.
We're going to do this now?
Yeah, I think we're going to do it now. It's part of the mailbag. Mailbag, yeah. Remember? You did the whole jingle.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with yours. I know you just did one, but
Give me mine.
I'd like to finish.
Give me mine.
Here's yours. Again, it's from Kamika. Thank you, Kamika.
So her question to me is, I see you like to open the show with a drink. What's your favorite alcohol drink? You can't go wrong with Jack and Coke. Especially we got this bad boy, Jack Coke, Jack Daniel's Honey. Because honey with the bunnies.
I don't know what that means.
I'm
but-
here for people.
Thank you,
Please
Kamika.
don't mind me.
And then we're going to got a couple of gambling questions for me, and that'll bring us right into our gambling episode.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
First one is, what's my favorite piece of sports memorabilia? So, I mean, if you purchased a Michael Jordan basketball card when he was a rookie,
Yeah, I remember that.
just look it up. It's worth an absolute fortune, in the thousands of dollars. So I don't own one. I wish I did. But a lot of old basketball memorabilia is worth some money. And I have a lot of Shaq rookie cards. I guess, it depends. Different kinds of memorabilia for different people. We had a Aaron Rodgers photo up behind us a couple of weeks ago. That was pretty cool. So
Yeah, it's in my room.
it
now.
all depends what you're into. A lot of memorabilia. Just want to let you know, no swearing today because we have the praying nun here.
Bless you.
So another question from Kamika is, which is the best casino in New York State? She wants to know the best for winning, the best for entertainment and dining, and the best and the nicest hotel to stay in. If you're going to stick with New York State, I mean, we go to Resorts World in the Catskills, and it's a really nice place. And you're up in the mountains, and especially around the fall time when everything's starting to change, very picturesque, really nice scenery. Good food, good steakhouse there, good entertainment. They always have a live band. So Resorts Catskills is a really nice place to visit, especially at certain times of the year because you get to enjoy nature too. You could drive up from New York through Bear Mountain. It's really nice scenery.
It's paradise.
I don't know about paradise,
I don't know
but
about paradise.
it's really nice.
It's nice. Enjoy.
So, thank you again, Kamika, and that leads us into our episode. We got a lot of nice things going on here. I don't know what that means, but
What?
got some hands of blackjack.
For those that haven't seen part 1 of our gambling episode, we went into deep of our favorite casino games, how you can beat the odds at a casino with each games that you want to play. Overall, real quick, we both love blackjack and craps. He's more of a slots machine guy. I'm not. But we're gonna get more into the gambling side of it, right? Pops over here has got a little bit more details of your questions from the first episode that those have asked me and him about more in depth with the gambling. So,
What else you got? You got anything else?
what?
You got anything else?
What?
On gambling.
Me personally, what from going off from that gambling episode, you're a sucker. We're all suckers. At the end of the day, you're gonna lose more than win more.
There are actually some bets
Yeah, suckers bet.
in the casino that are called sucker bets,
Sucker bets.
and they have such a high statistical disadvantage against you that
it's.
you shouldn't be playing them.
But when you hit it though, big.
One of the bets I could think of in blackjack, there's one called Match the Dealer, and there's a 20.
Yeah.
So there's a 20. That means if you get a 20, you win something, and if you match the dealer's card with your card, you'll win. It depends what odds, different odds on them. So 3-1, 14-1, 19-1. There's all different odds, and they are considered suckers bets. There's a lot of casino bets that are called suckers bets, and try to stand clear of them. I play them. I'm being honest.
I play them too.
You can win some serious money, but they're not a good bet if you're trying to, if you have a limited bankroll, it's a tough bet to make. So stay away from the sucker bets. You can look up on your phone, look up sucker bets, and there'll be a list of them for you to bets that you should stay clear of.
My suggestion with sucker bets is if you're on a nice roll, depending on what game you're playing, then fill it out. I've seen people do that. I've seen people pray to the gambling gods of playing sucker bets and they hit, because we are Catholics, but, gambling.
So, we play craps sometimes, and to throw a pair of aces or a boxcars, pair of 12, it's 30-1. It's 30-1 for a reason. You throw $5 on it, you win $150, but it's not easy, throwing a 12 or a pair of aces. It's a one-time bet. You put your money down, and if you can't roll 2 1s or 2 6s, you lose. There's a yo bet. It's a 6 and a 5.
Yeah.
And we bet it all the time. We just like saying yo. $5 yo, $10 yo. It's called a yo bet. And that's another game. That the odds on that bet are 15-1. So, those bets, again, if you have a limited bankroll, you got to try to stay clear of those bets because it's going to wind up costing you money. And you don't realize it because, $5 yo, $5 yo, $5 yo, $5. You yell that out 5 or 6 times and you're
done.
$35 without hitting a yo. And it goes quick. When you do hit them,
You hit them big.
$5, you win $75. 15-1. It's not bad. It's pretty good.
With craps itself, real quick, craps itself. I said it in the other gambling episode. It's a game within the game. It's very high pace, meaning a lot of talking going on. You got to make sure you're betting what you want to bet. You got to make sure that you stand clear of whoever's throwing the dice. You see people learn how to actually throw the dice, and then some people that just don't know what they're doing and fling the dice off the table.
Yeah. So.
Real quick, I remember a story when I first threw craps. 21st birthday, my dad and other people came out, and it was my first time throwing dice. The first time I threw the dice, I threw it off the. You remember that?
Threw right off the table, and I'll tell you what. And I did the same exact thing. I was throwing dice for the first time at the not the Golden Nugget, the Showboat. Mm. And same thing I did with my dad. I grabbed the dice and I flung them right off the table. And
it's okay. So if that does happen, you could say same dice real quick, and then the dealers can give you the same dice. Sometimes if you're on a nice little streak, you don't want to lose that dice, but depending how you feel.
Yeah, no. Sometimes the dice are important. You want to stick with the same dice when you're on a.
Yeah. And then maybe we could get into different techniques how to throw the dice.
Sure.
If you want to get into it, we have the dice right there, but it's not the real size of what the dice are at the casino too. So, but
So I want to talk a little about slots.
Yes, go ahead.
People always ask me, Raz, how do you know what slot is going to pay off and what slot I should play and what should I do? And there really is no answer to that. When you get when you get lucky, you get lucky. But what I tell people is follow the people in the casino. They don't know what machine's going to hit, but they'll give you an idea where the hot machine is. So, if you have 20 people looking to get on 3 or 4 machines, those machines are hot, and people are playing them. And sometimes the casino will loosen up those machines, and they'll make you hit a little bit when they first come. When they first get the machines in their casino, they want you to hit a bit. They want you to spread the word. They want to tell people. So look out for those machines that just came into your favorite casino. And usually the people know. Follow the people, and they'll take you to where, the best machines are, the hottest machines. If you see there's 1 or 2 machines that there's nobody in sight, there's a reason. They're not paying off good, or, they're just not the right machines to go to. So if you follow the people know. They'll tell you, they'll give you a good indication. It's a good casino tip. They'll give you a good indication on, where the hot machine is. So keep an eye out for your new machines. Because like I said, we go to the Golden Nugget, and whenever there's brand new machines, we play them. And, sometimes we hit pretty good on them. So, follow those machines.
A funny slot machine story I'll never forget is I'm 20. I'm with a friend, and we're in Yonkers Raceway. You're playing the slot machine, and you're in the bonus, right? And when we talked about...
Was it the Hangover game?
No. I think it was.
Remember the Hangover game?
Yeah. So real quick, my pops talked about in the other gambling episode where slot machines now are not like old school anymore. They got the story within the story. Where
sucker, you're right.
Like you just keep going and want to see what happens with the different images and the storyline. So he's playing the Hangover game, and there's different pots if I'm not mistaken, and he goes to me, my dad. Yeah, you want to pick something? Pick a pot. I pick a pot. You win about what? $1,200.
I think it was $660.
Yeah, something like that. It was funny because it kept singing because we're the 3 best friends that anyone can have.
And we're the 3 best friends that anybody could have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone could have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone can have, and we'll never, ever, 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 ever leave each other.
Yeah, it was,
and then the alarms were going off, and then people are like going around. That's the worst when people just are, ooh, how much did he win? Haters, they want to jinx you.
Let that be a warning to you. Next time, I shall hurl a lightning bolt right in your face. Or a fireball.
Because,
so,
people are not happy.
People are never happy.
People are never happy when you're winning. I don't mean to jump.
Jump.
One of my gambling pet peeves is, and you could probably agree to this with me, when me and him are at a table, at a blackjack table specifically, and we're on a roll, and then all of a sudden you got the dealers switch in and out like fast. Like this. They do the, ready?
And it's done purposely sometimes.
Because this guy's watching. They're seeing how much you're betting throughout each hand, and they're seeing how much of a roll you get on. And then we will complain. You will complain. He's more of he'll complain to the people like, "What are you doing? Like you just did a switch out, and there's nothing we can do about it."
So sometimes they have specific break times.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Give her 30 minutes.
I think they deal like for 40 minutes straight, and then they take a break. And you could be on a hot streak with your cards. And they'll come over and they'll take a card and they'll burn it. And it's called a burn card. And they take the card and they put it in the discard tray. And you know what that does? It changes the outcome of all the cards from
the future now.
That point forward. And it's pretty frustrating because it's happened a million times to both of us where they come and they burn a card. And that's it. The whole shoe, this is called a shoe, excuse me. This is called a shoe. The whole shoe changes. And you're like, what the hell?
They even do that at the beginning of a shoot.
We've seen a dealer come, shuffle all the cards, burns a card, and he gets tapped on the shoulder 2 seconds later.
And they do it again.
Another card back to back. So it's, it's very frustrating.
Very frustrating.
It's done purposely. It's done to mix up the cards. It's done to frustrate you. Sometimes if they know you're up to no good, they'll keep doing it. If people do count cards and they'll come and they'll burn a card.
Isn't that pushback, it's called? When they start doing that? When they see there's a card counter going on, which I've definitely seen card counters.
I don't know if it's called a pushback. But
what's it called? You know what I'm talking about? Where they start doing that over and over again every like few hands. They'll start doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if there's a specific name for it, but
I think it's called a pushback.
They'll come and they'll.
You tell us, people. What's that called?
They'll break your chops and they'll keep burning cards on you and they'll keep doing things. So sometimes they do it in dice.
Oh yeah,
the guy who's handling the dice, I think it's the croupier.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, it's not the croupier. That's in roulette. It's the stick man. And sometimes if you're hot rolling the dice, they'll change stick men on you, and guy will tap him, and the stick man will move to one of the other positions, and that guy's handling the dice differently than the guy before him did. So they know their little tricks. They're doing it a long time. They got these billion-dollar casinos for a reason. And they get you frustrated sometimes. And he's right. I say something, I don't. Hey, what he's doing? Like, you got to keep the game rolling. Sometimes they'll delay the game with dice. They'll make you wait, so you kind of lose, concentration. People just think like Ray Rock was saying before. You just pick up the dice and throw them. There's a way to set your dice, and all pairs is a good way to set them. So you leave your twos on top like that. And, you try to throw them all in pairs. And that's a way where you could throw dice where you eliminate the 7. It's not foolproof. Don't get me wrong.
Right, but it's something like this. This is a flying V. I like a flying V.
Yeah, and if you look at the 3s.
Go ahead.
So if you keep your dice.
We should really get real dice. But
so if you keep your dice like, these are nice because they're big.
Yeah.
So if you keep your 2s like that, if you look, your 3s are in order. Your 5s are in order. Okay, the only 7 you have is at the end. So, this is a good pair way to keep your 5s are there, and we kind of just grip them and we give them a nice soft toss. And you have to reach the other end of the table. If you don't, they're going to say something, and they have said something to us.
Me specifically, I would always. I'm the big floater guy. So when I have the dice like this, I float. And he even tells me you got to hit the backboard. I sometimes don't even do it, and sometimes they'll complain to me. Sometimes I got away with it.
Yeah, in Atlantic City, you tend to get away with it a little bit.
Yeah,
with the dice, if you just if you don't. I've been to Mohegan Sun, and I've had actual arguments with. Pit bosses saying, "Oh, you got to reach the other end. What are you doing?" And you just try to ignore them, but they get you frustrated sometimes. But an all pair set on your dice is a nice way to throw because, like I said, you can eliminate your 7s a little bit more often. So that's kind of what we stick with, an all pair.
Yeah.
Try to stay away from that 7.
I sometimes go with flying V just to switch it up if that's not working for me, but that's just me.
That's another good set.
Flying
There's
V.
a lot of material. There's a lot of good reading material online. I mean, back in the day, we only had some books that were written in, I don't even know if they have bookstores anymore, but
They do. They got Barnes.
there's a lot of good articles written on pairing your dice or the flying V. There's a 2-3 V. There's a 2-2 V. There's different kinds of sets, and they're all it's all made to help you try to eliminate that 7.
When we see people take the dice like this and start
throwing them
like this and just fling it, we know that maybe we shouldn't bet that much on the pass line. Maybe we'll take it back. But sometimes,
don't get me wrong, he's right. He was going to say.
I was going to say most of the time you're going to lose with that guy or girl. But sometimes when people throw like that, it's just your time to win. It's your time to win.
If it's your time, it's your time.
It's your time, and we'll ride the hot wave.
We know people who don't set their dice at all, and they just keep throwing, and they get hot.
But that's not only just with craps, but that's also with every gambling game you guys can play at a casino. When it's your time to win, it's your time to win. And like I said, beginning of this episode, we are all suckers. Suckers. How many times are we going to lose than win? And you're going to lose more than win in your life.
So one of the things, I think I mentioned it on the last podcast, the gambling podcast, the first one.
Yeah.
You have to realize when you're in a streak. You have to realize when you're hot.
Yep.
And when you're hot is when you got to increase your bet. So, you'll know when the cards are flowing nice for you in blackjack. And that's when your chance is to increase your bet a little bit. And try it out. Increase it. And if you lose, you go back to your original bet. When I'm winning in blackjack, I always try to increase my bet a little bit. $5 at a time, whatever it is. And if I lose, I just go back to my original bet. I don't go, I don't take it through the moon. I take it to the moon. He takes it to the moon.
Bang, zoom.
I take it to the moon.
But I try to,
Shooters
gotta try to keep money management. If you don't, you're gonna go home early. You gotta try to,
So my rule of thumb is, and he can probably agree with me on this. If you gotta understand when you're on a winning streak in any gambling game, keep it going. So, for example, in blackjack, if you win 3-4 hands in a row, maybe it's time to up it. If in craps you start to hit your numbers, if you're a thrower or you're betting with the thrower, start increasing your bets. If roulette, if you're hitting those numbers and the same number keeps coming out, increase that number on the bet. Again, I can't stress it enough. When it's your time to win, it's your time to win. It doesn't matter what strategy you use. We see people do the complete opposite of what the book says and wins. And when it's your time to win, it's your time to win. It's simple as that, people. But you got to understand the game itself before you start making these crazy bets. So
I have a friend at work. His name is Timo.
Timo!
What's up, Timo?
What's
From
up,
work.
Timo?
And he kind of wrote in one of his questions. I think it was that he split nines three times.
Yeah. I seen the
and he winds up losing $2,500.
That's the worst.
He explained to me how he played the hands, and there was a couple of times where if he would have took a hit, he might not have lost all 3 hands. He might have lost maybe, 1 out of the 3 hands. So, like we said before, there is a basic strategy to blackjack. I know we're all over the place with different gambling games, but it's a short episode, and we want to try to get you as much information as we possibly can. So, when you have 16 and the deal is showing, a 7, 8, or 9, you're supposed to hit, or a 10.
Yeah.
Or even an ace for that matter.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to hit that 16 because, again, millions and millions of hands are played with computers. And computers are the greatest things in the world because they can never do this years ago. And they simulate games. And you'll win more times than not. Not that you're going to win with 16s.
No.
But you have a better chance when you hit that hand than if you just stay. Plenty of times you get a little nervous and you don't want to hit that 16.
Especially when you have a big bet.
And sure enough, you see the next card come out, it's a 5. And you're like, and you want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
So, just don't be afraid to hit that tough hand. It's a war.
It's a war. Listen, it's always good to have a partner. Me and him partner up all the time. And when me and my friends go down to gamble, whether it be Atlantic City or going to Connecticut, I always have a partner. We said in the other previous episode that you want to partner up. You can actually save money when you partner up with somebody and split the pot, whatever you guys make for the night. So it's also another strategic strategy that you guys could do at home with your friends, family, whoever.
So we were talking about sucker bets. And a sucker bet, unless you're counting cards, when the dealer shows an ace, the dealer will ask, does anybody want insurance?
Oh, we got to talk about that. Yeah.
And the answer is don't take insurance because it is a sucker's bet. And they want you to lay out more money. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes insurance will save your bet. But, I think you've done it. And I've done it a couple of times in my life.
I did it real quick. I did it my most recent trip, me and him, when we went to Connecticut. And I had a $250 bet, and the dealer had an ace. He said insurance. And I took the insurance, and I got half my money back.
So, that's what I mean.
And he had
Sometimes you'll win.
So, yeah.
But, I forgot what the percentage is, but blackjacks are not easy to get in blackjack. You know what I mean? In that game. So, you got to, insurance is a sucker's bet. So try not to take insurance. Another sucker's bet is if you have an ace showing, and I'm sorry, if the dealer has an ace showing and you get dealt the blackjack, they'll offer you even money. They'll say to you, you want even money? And you're just like, oh man, the dealer's got an ace showing too. Oh, should I just take even money, or don't take even money? It's very rare that two people will have a blackjack in the same hand.
What would happen if the dealer had?
It's just a push. If the dealer has the blackjack and you have the blackjack, it's a push. Well, to just get your money.
Funny enough, I take even money.
Right, and I try not to because that's they want you to take even money.
When you gotta feel it out, you gotta feel.
But it's so rare for two people to have blackjack in the same hand. It's not worth it. I think it's happened to me in all the years I'm playing blackjack, maybe once. Maybe twice where the dealer has had blackjack and I did. And you just get back your money. But
let me ask you this.
Don't take it. Just don't fall for it. Stick out the hand and you'll get paid in full.
So let me ask you this.
Stay away from 6 to 5 blackjack. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
6 to 5 blackjack is a sucker's bet. You read the table when you walk up to the table. You'll see the payouts. I'm pretty sure this one says
2 to 1.
I don't know what this one is.
2 to 1.
It says 2 to 1, but that's not the good payout. 3 to 2 is the real payout.
Yeah.
You're looking for tables that say 3 to 2, not 6 to 5, not 2 to 1.
Yeah.
You want your table to say stand on soft 17s. You don't want them hitting on soft 17s because that can lead to a disaster too.
Yeah.
So those are the two things I look for when I go to blackjack table. 3 to 2, payout odds, and don't stay on soft 17. You want the dealer to stay on a soft 17, which is an ace and a 6. So when you get up in the higher denominations of blackjack, they will have that rule where they'll stay on soft 17. When you go to these minimal tables, like $5, $10, $15 tables, they hit on that. And that's not good for you. That makes the casino percentage of winning against you higher than it already is. So I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, my question was, I've been doing even money all the time, and I didn't even realize that. So I just learned something just now.
Yeah,
my question is, say if I have blackjack, dealer has an ace, and I don't say even money, and the dealer doesn't have blackjack, do I get more money?
He's gonna, you'll get paid your true odds. You'll get paid your true odds.
So then when I take even money,
he's gonna tell you. You're gonna know right away because he's gonna check. The little counter.
Yeah.
He checks to see if he has a 10.
Right.
You'll know right away if you're gonna get.
So if I say even money, which I've been doing this whole time,
you say even money. If that was a blackjack right now,
what would I get?
He'd take out a chip and he'd give you even money for it. He'd give you another black chip. He'd give you another $100. It's a $100 bet. He'd give you $100.
Gotcha.
Cool. So.
Well, I just learned something now.
Stay away from the even money bets. Yeah. He's going to ask you. He's going to say even money.
Yeah.
So try to stay away from that. Covered a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. I think it's 2-minute warning time.
2-minute warning.
Want to thank everybody for joining us on another gambling episode. Just any questions with gambling, we'll be happy to answer them. We've been doing it a long time, and we know a little bit about it. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to wrap up and say
I want to say, everybody, love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us, and we love you. Kisses. Mwah. 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 Mwah.
All right. He's pretty happy.
I'm still standing.
Again, good night.
Good night, everybody.
It's Ray Rock.